1 in 6 Americans broke a close relationship during the 2016 election cycle. You know what that means? Family gatherings are a bit awkward these days, right? Or beyond awkward, maybe even combative. Or possibly you or they are opting out. You'd rather not even be around that person because of who they supported. You know what? Jesus entered into a polarized world too, a racially and politically charged environment. Then he chose to gather 12 people close to him that would never have otherwise chosen to travel and live together. Matthew, the tax collector, was a traitor to his people who had aligned with the occupying Romans. Simon the Zealot had chosen to actively fight against the occupying Romans. Matthew and Simon were as far apart as you can get. Andrew was a religious outsider who followed John the Baptist rather than the mainstream religious leaders. Then you add in Joanna, whose husband was a business manager for the Roman ruler, Mary, who had a storied past, and a few uneducated fishermen, and you round out the most unlikely to get along band of followers. But these people who had every reason to be divided changed the world. How'd this happen? They were focused on Jesus. When you look at our families, our communities, our churches, our nation, you can find plenty to divide. We can choose to focus on what separates us, or we can choose to focus on what brings us together. If you're a follower of Jesus, Jesus and his way becomes primary. There's something about Jesus that is irresistible. He becomes the focus so that everything that divides doesn't hold that same weight anymore. Jesus is bigger than all of our opinions and other people's opinions. He's bigger than the grudges we hold against other people too. How do we navigate those awkward family gatherings with Jesus as our primary identity? You're probably not going to like this. The first thing to do is forgive them. I found that even in a simple prayer to God saying, I forgive that person, it has an amazing power to release emotions. They may not deserve the forgiveness, but it's not about the deserving. We didn't deserve or earn God's forgiveness. The next is pray for them. After forgiving them, pray for them. Pray for their good. Pray for God to be with them. Or maybe you can only say, I pray for. You will find that just these two things will start to soften your heart and attitude. Repeat daily. Yeah, this probably isn't a once and done deal. If you do this, when you go to that family gathering, it won't be perfect. That person will still be doing their thing, but you'll find that you are in a different place. You might be irritated, but you might find yourself leaving the room rather than engaging. You'll find that God starts doing a work in you. When you have put your primary identity in Jesus and his way, the things that divide become less important. That person's opinions don't have the power they used to. This will take a lot of faith to believe that Jesus' way is better and to live that out. Today, let's live faith first.